O'Gara's bar in St. Paul is closing for good. We kept pushing and pushing to find a way, but in the end, we decided it wasn't going to work and we just have to move on, said owner Chris O'Gara. That's a loss for Minnesota. The bar and restaurant has been run by the O'Gara family since it opened in 1941, and Charles Schultz lived upstairs in an apartment as a boy, while his father worked downstairs in a barber shop, charging 35 cents for a haircut. On a wall in O'Gara's, a mural Schultz made showed Snoopy sitting in a barber chair, ready for a trim. In memory of the old days, Schultz wrote below the mural. Dan O'Gara, Chris O'Gara's husband, blames state and city taxes and fees, St. Paul's new paid sick leave rules, and St. Paul's $15 minimum wage requirement that doesn't account for tips. In general, it's been tough for small businesses in the area, and O'Gara's isn't the only small business to close up shop. In a statement, Democrat St. Paul Mayor Melvin Carter expressed sadness that O'Gara's was closing, but said nothing about the business climate in St. Paul. The building and land is being sold to Ryan Companies for $4.5 million. Leftists on Twitter sneered that the family was getting off fine and claimed they were Republicans and were making a disingenuous argument while making millions on a real estate deal. The liberals on Twitter have obviously never ran a business. What about the money the O'Garas plugged into the business in the first place? What were their operating costs? And what were their costs even when the building was closed? How much in blood, sweat, and tears did the family expend building and running the business over nearly 8 decades? And then there's the 50 O'Gara employees who just lost a job because of the closing. It's amazing how people can be so rude and ignorant. This is what regulation does. It imposes mostly fixed costs that larger firms or corporations can handle and smaller ones can't. That's the same reason you could count the number of small banks that opened during the Obama administration on one hand. The Democrats claim they're for the little guy. The evidence says otherwise. With Alpha News, I'm Willis Krumholtz.